I never told this. Nobody's ever heard this. Except some scientists at NASA. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life, publicly. You're the first. And a million people's asked me this. Well, I won't say names, but...
Please do.
Well, you know, mentioned that date. A lot of people have.
Easter 2026.
Well, the year 2026. I gave them a specific time. Now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big date. 2027, that year, something's going to happen.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're gonna be talking about Chris motherfucking Bledsoe. We've been speaking about him so fucking much, right? And we're gonna be updating everything that happens from him. Make sure you subscribe, notifications on, because we cover everything, every angle, every time something comes out, as soon as it does. So to make sure you do not miss anything. And a lot of you are not subscribed. We're trying to reach 500. Like, comment, and share this up to the absolute most. But we're gonna be getting into the video, so without further ado, get your snacks, get your popcorn, cause guys, today's a fucking good one. Okay, stay till the end, the best parts are there. And yeah, let's fucking watch. Holy shit. Chris Bledsoe, right? His prediction is Easter 2026, and he supposedly, as you just saw, knows the exact time. And that's not even all. Make sure you watch, okay? Oh my god.
I gave them the date of 2026 because they took that celestial event and ran it through these machines that showed that exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of this.
Okay, just to give everybody some sort of context, okay, Chris Bledsoe always talks about the lady, right? This feminine spirit slash energy that he connects with and has been approached by. Yeah, he also retweets him and his son, Bledsoe Said So family. They all talk and tweet and post about this stuff, UFO of God, right? About these insignias, these patches within deep military, top classified stuff. And it depicts pyramids and a star above a pyramid and like things that support his claims, and I definitely recommend you check that out. I want to know who's the hammer. And so Tim Taylor claimed a movie closely related to his life, if it was to describe, is the adjustment theory or some shit like that. And people have long thought he has something to do with time travel, especially Jesse Michaels. So he claimed to be working for the Hammer, and in this movie there's the Hammer. So even they work for higher ups, and that's really how far up does it go, right? Off-world officers, do we go all the way back to that? To the leaker, what was his name?
Things. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, you know. But these astronomers run it through the machines, and it comes out that that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing the state. Government did. And now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big date. 2027, that year, something's going to happen. Armageddon, you hear it all over. You know, you hear it on TV. If you study, like I've heard even. Well, I won't say names, but
Please do.
So do not be alarmed, do not be worried, okay? Yeah, there was this hate comment in the previous video. The guy said, I'm drinking and smoking, that's why my brain's fucked up. The fuck? I only smoke. When have I ever drank on camera? Probably like one time. Like, Jesus Christ. This fucking guy, right? What a piece of shit. But listen up. So Sean Ryan is a very notable guy too in this community. But I just want to say, he will be giving us names and we'll be checking that out now. But getting back on Sean Ryan. So this guy, he's ex-military. He was high ups. I think he was a Navy SEAL. Where Jake Barber, for instance, was paramilitary, which is higher than Navy SEALs, but a lot less talked about, right? So this is all really interesting stuff. And the bomber at Trump Tower within the Tesla, his manifestos claimed stuff about anti-gravity technology, and this was confirmed by the FBI that a letter and a message was sent to Sean Ryan's friend and Sean Ryan or some shit. It's all really weirdly connected right now, so make sure you tell me what you think, because this is one hell of a happening, guys.
Well, I won't say names, but...
Please do.
Well, you know Lou Elizondo, right? Lou's mentioned that date. A lot of people have.
Easter 2026.
Well, the year 2026. I gave him a specific time. And it was with Robert Grant that I told him about this alignment and all. And then he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby. This little ruby you have to find and place it between the paws of the Sphinx to make this event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the Star of Regulus. And he looks like, he's like, oh my God, it's the King Star.
Okay, so this guy is really convinced. He seems pretty certain, and he's putting all his credibility on the line here. He gave an exact date, and you know what? He's putting all his credibility behind, and he either gains all the respect or loses everything. And why would he do this if he was not dead certain, right? Like, you know, it's really weird to think about. I'd love to know your thoughts. And supposedly the hammer works for God or / alien, whatever the fuck you want, a puzzle piece you want to fit in there, right? But it's just all really interesting. We're going to be covering it all. Watch till the end, because Chris Bledsoe, this fucking guy, we're going to be checking this out until that date.
Event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the Star of Regulus. And he looks like, he's like, oh my God, it's the King Star. So what's going to happen, I don't know. But I think it's possible that's the return of
Christ.
Yeah. Or the lady and the whole heavenly host living with us, Jesus. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life, publicly. You're the first. And 1 million people's asked me this. So I think it's entirely possible that, because she told me that when the suffering of man becomes too great, that they're going to stop it and they're going to snuff out the darkness.
Okay, Jesus Christ, stomp out the darkness. God damn, this guy, yeah. So what do you guys think about this? He sounds really intense about this, and the lady supposedly told him so much about this date. His son Ryan also constantly tweets and puts on their stories on Instagram about this kind of stuff. And yeah, Tim Taylor, I wonder what the fuck he's doing right now, you know?
I never told this. Nobody's ever heard this. Except some scientists at NASA. And I've studied this for years with them, with the world's expert on tektites. You know, how's a tektite formed? What created tektites? Had to be by the sun. Why did they go to the moon in 57? Why did they create the geophysical year in 57, 58, where they showed the earth on fire with God's hand on a postage stamp, 3-cent postage stamp? So I was shown this vision of the sun expanding itself over Earth until it took up the whole sky. And then it flashed. Poof. And when it did, it destroyed this planet. So this was part of what they showed me. So I ended up studying years with that. And I think that may be what has happened in the past more than once. That
So they showed you the sun expanding to the point where it destroyed the Earth.
goes supernova.
Supernova. And then it collapsed back into itself.
Poof. When it hit the side of the Earth, what I saw was it flashed the Pacific side of the ocean, and it blew the sand and the water off, like shot it out into space. Created the icy comets, sandy icy comets, just flung way out in space and coming around. So then the Earth stopped rotating for 3 days, got lopsided, and then it started going the other way. And when it did, a wall of water come over the whole United States and created the Grand Canyon.
From west to east.
Yep, from east to west.
From east to west.
Yeah.
So onto the East Coast, onto...
It came from the East Coast and washed over California. Created the scab lands, created Nevada, Utah, those Washington area.
But that's the west coast of the United States.
Yeah, we went across.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This was something they showed me. I've never told this. It's the first time I've ever told it.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Publicly.
Exclusive. Limitless exclusive.
Seriously.
That's crazy, man.
And now for the part we've all been waiting for. Check out this next clip, okay? And make sure you subscribe, notifications on. We upload every day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what do you think that means? Like when do you think that's something that we have the ability to change? Yeah.
Yes. And why that is something that I was explained by them, was that everything has a consciousness, including the Earth. The Earth is a living organism that is much like, lives in harmony with everything with it. But people, our collective consciousness can affect this planet, and it's doing it. It's like the day of the election when they were counting the votes, the Schumann resonance was off the charts because everybody collectively was zeroed in on that thing. It wasn't the sun doing it, it was the collective consciousness of people. So the way she described it was, the more divided we become on this planet, the more division, the more war, the more negativity, the more the Earth will try to rid itself of what's causing this problem. And I think that these, and I'm speculating, right? But this is what I was told and what I was shown. So all I can do is reveal this, which I've never done publicly, outside of scientists.
2 to the 1, 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat.